Hello Virgo, welcome back to the Lynx Tarot. This is Monica and this reading is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're covering money, career, love, and any spirit messages that want to come through. We're jumping in here with the Spirit of the Animals Oracle deck. Oh, you have the Cat and Independent. Such a beautiful card. You are a natural healer. Your intuition is strong. You don't have to go with the crowd. Life supports you in every way. Awesome, Virgo. You don't have to go with the crowd. Very nice. Okay, so let's go over here to the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle. What do we have for Virgo? Remember to check your other signs, Virgo. There could be additional messages there for you. You got the Master number 77 and generosity. Giving from your heart with no strings attached is what is needed now. Wow. Okay. And we also have the Cat card about being independent and knowing that life supports you in every way. Okay. So maybe this is about knowing that you're a natural healer and you don't always have to be actively giving material things to other people or giving your time. Maybe, your simple presence is enough. Okay, maybe you don't always have to be doing that extra stuff. And I know you get this a lot, Virgo. All right. So generosity is good when it's not taxing you. Okay, and we have 49, which breaks down to 13, and that is tough love. I feel like this is tough love on yourself. I think you need to realize that it's time to let go a little bit. It says it's time to tell the truth about something you have been avoiding, okay? I feel like you need to be truthful with yourself. Maybe it's time to let go of trying to always fix other people's lives, okay? So I feel like that's a tough love on yourself, but someone else is going to feel like it's tough love on them, or they probably won't realize it. Maybe you'll be feeling like, you're committing this tough love act on someone. And I say it that way because it's like you're feeling guilty about it. Like, I have to stop doing things for this other person or they're never going to learn or I'm going to always feel used or whatever. And you're not doing anything to hurt them. You're simply not enabling. You're being kinder to yourself and not enabling that person to not do what they need to be doing for themselves, okay? Because, that only hurts them. Like, I grew up in a really wealthy area, and a lot of people were used to things being handed to them. And there's nothing wrong with being, given gifts and support. I'm not saying that. But unfortunately, some of these people I knew, they weren't taught how to do things on their own. And they had a lot of anxiety, okay? So I just had this personal experience with some people, and they had anxiety and they had a lot of pressure on themselves, but they did it to themselves because they felt like they had to be perfect, but at the same time they weren't given the tools to, function in life. And I'm not saying that that the blame should be put on somebody else. I'm not saying that at all. It's just, it was an observation. And I realized that I'd rather figure out how to do certain things or do certain things on my own than have someone else do them for me all the time, because that can really trigger anxiety. So let's just go further, because I was coming up with another scenario for you, but I'm going to hold off on that. We have 13 again, okay, and Judgment. So 13 is the Death card in the tarot deck. So I feel like there's an ending and a new beginning here. It's like starting a new chapter in life. Judgment. You're being asked to let go of all judgments and forgive those who judge you. Forgive yourself, Virgo. If someone's judging you, I'm not saying you have to be like, oh, I forgive you, and not really mean it. No, I'm just saying let go. The card says to forgive. Like, forgive yourself, but just let go of the judgment that others may have against you. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It doesn't matter. You can try to explain yourself till you turn blue, but if someone doesn't want to hear, listen, or believe that, it just won't work, and it's just going to wear you out. Okay. So this is the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. We have the Star. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, but not necessarily. Inspiration, fulfillment, and faith. This is really being seen, being out there, being recognized. This also has to do with healing, body, mind, spirit. All right, let's get a couple more from here for Virgo. Okay, we have the Seven of Fire, Seven of Wands, challenge, determination, and resistance. You are successful. You've worked very hard. You don't have to defend yourself so much, okay? So this tough love business here, don't get caught up in arguments with someone about withdrawing a little bit and doing something for yourself. Or, you know, maybe teaching them, giving them the tools how to do something for themselves. I may sound like I'm repeating myself, Virgo, because I kind of am from a couple other readings, but I think that this is still a strong energy for you. It's important to allow someone else in your life to do for themselves. It might be something that you used to do for them, but they're capable of doing for themselves. And you're gonna feel better because you're not gonna feel so taken advantage of. This other person will be better off, because they'll know how to function. And I just think the direction will help this person or these people better than you're continuing to do things. Maybe it was appropriate at one time, but not appropriate now to continue to do these things for them. And we have the Six of Air, relief, hope, and moving on. Yeah, so I feel like you're moving on to a new era of your life, Virgo. And part of it has to do with letting go of this control, I guess. And I don't mean that in a mean way, but I feel like you've been needing to have a certain amount of control over someone's life that you love because you love them. So, you know, that expression, like, you know, sometimes loving is letting go. That doesn't mean you're letting this person you love go, like, forever. It just means you're letting them do it their way or learn their own way. It's not like you're never going to see them again. Okay, so let's clarify with the Tarot of a Moon Garden. Okay, the Star is being clarified, oh my gosh, by the World. So talk about, you know, leveling up. I was talking about, because the Death card came to mind because of the number 13, closing one door and opening a new door. This is a level up in life. So it's time for you to move on with your life. So, you know, you might be an empty nester. Maybe your kids just went to college, and it's not like they're not coming back. They're just away. They're not home as often as they used to be. And it's time for you to do some new things with your life. Your whole world is open. Okay, with the Nine of Swords, worrying about things that aren't likely to happen. So this really coincides with this reading. Okay, so like you're holding your ground here with the Seven of Wands. You got to stick to that tough love. It's like a stick to it with the tough love. And you're worried that this is going to backfire, that your loved ones, you know, aren't going to love you and care about you anymore. Okay, so how this all pertains to money and career, okay? I think some of you have been giving too much at work. You're not being compensated for it. You're afraid your coworkers are going to turn on you if you don't cover for them, when it's their work they should be doing, right? You're worried about this backfiring on you as you pull away, okay? But the Nine of Swords is about sleepless nights and, you know, being worried about things that aren't likely to happen, or catastrophizing, okay? It's not going to be as bad as you think, or even bad at all necessarily. The Six of Air is being clarified by the Nine of Cups. This is your wishes coming true. This is also about emotional peace, okay? The Six of Air is like very breezy and peaceful, and it's acknowledging that it's been tough, but you're moving on to a better place. Some of you could be moving on to a different workplace, a different home. Maybe you're moving away from, you know, the person or people you've been worried about, or they're moving away from you, but it doesn't mean that you won't still have a relationship, okay? So if this is a family member, you know, you'll still have a relationship. For some of you, I think you are moving with somebody. You're moving with somebody. It might be retirement. You're worried about being away from, you know, the rest of your family, maybe your adult children, your grandchildren, or something like that. But I would say take a look at like how much time you actually spend with them. Can you travel to visit them? If so, how regularly? Will you still be seeing them as frequently or almost as frequently? So try not to limit yourself, Virgo. All right, so the star in the world. Oh, it's being clarified by the tower. So there's a surprise. There's a revelation here. And these are major arcana. So look at this. The star, the world, the tower. Okay, so I feel like the tower is good here. This is a major revelation. It's a transition. It's kind of tough for you at first. But then just things just open up. And you just start testing the waters. And like, you know, feeling things out. And thinking about what you want for you when you're not doing for everyone else. I think in the workplace, you're really being noticed. Some of you are getting a promotion here. If you're retired or you don't work outside of the home, I feel like there are other experiences in life for you, things you've been wanting to do that you haven't had the opportunity to do before. Okay, and I just thought about writing children's books because I knew I was close with someone who wanted to write children's books, and they told really good stories. And I was like, well, why don't you do it? And they said, well, you know, I'm busy with my family. And they did have a lot of children, so that's understandable. But when the kids were out of the house, that's, for example, that's something you could do. If that's, you know, your calling, if that's what you feel in your heart or whatever it is, don't tell yourself or try to convince yourself that your chances are over, because they're not. You could go back to school if you wanted to. I mean, anything really. The Seven of Wands and the Nine of Swords is being clarified by the moon. Yeah, there's some hidden influences, hidden surprises here. Follow that moonlit path. Follow the cues, okay? You're not going to know the complete answer immediately, but you can pay attention to those little spiritual hints here and there. And just take one baby step and another baby step. Because with the moon, okay, you could be dealing with a Pisces too. Not necessarily, but there's just something that wants to manifest, because the moon has to do with manifestation. And, you know, we are in the full moon energy right now too. Bear with me a minute. Tough love. Time to tell the truth. Seven of Wands, Nine of Swords, and the moon. Okay. I feel like there's fear here, you know, fear of the unknown. But once you start taking steps, your fears will diminish. And you might be like, hey, I like this. I kind of like these changes in my life. And you might feel a little bit guilty about that at first because you're not used to it. Ask yourself, is this really guilt? If it is, why would I feel guilty? Okay, so that's the only way you can work through that. Figure that out. The Six of Air, the Nine of Cups is being clarified by the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, stop holding on so tight, okay? Because you're gonna hurt yourself if you hold on so tight, okay? It's a Pentacle card too, which has to do with money. So I feel like finances are okay. I feel like they're okay, and that you have everything that you need. And for some reason, even though some of you may be worried about finances right now, I feel like there is no need to worry. Okay, so let's close this reading out with this Cat Tarot deck. I feel like I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting? I did some extra long daily inspiration messages, so maybe that's why I feel this reading is a little bit short. But you know what? I'm going to take a break for a quick announcement. Okay, let me get my notes here. All right, so if you would like to support the Lynx Tarot, you can become a Lynx Club member by hitting the join button, which is next to the subscribe button. This will give you access to custom emojis, which can be used in comments and live chat once I decide to do that. And also you'll get loyalty badges next to your name. And another fun thing is that you'll have access to the members only polls. And I plan to do some trivia questions. Why do I fumble at the end of that announcement every time? Anyway, I'm going to do some fun trivia questions too. So look out for that. Well, I have to get the members first, right? So I was going to say look at the community tab, but there's special messages for members only. So I'm going to wait to do the trivia questions for when I have some members. But I'm saving up some good ones, which is really exciting. And I'll still do other polls, but they'll be special members only polls if you become a Lynx Club member. Okay, we have go for it, take a risk. Look at the cute little kitten. The eyes are still blue, which means it's still a kitten. Go for it and take a risk. Yup. And have fun. Enjoy the good times. That one keeps coming out. And hunker down, wait things out. This keeps coming out too. So wait things out before you make any rash decisions. Take your time with yourself. Be kind to yourself, Virgo. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you again soon.